Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a quick video for some of my friends who really wanted to learn how to do some color correction and also how to sync your music with your video clips. So you have to have an understanding of how to use a computer editing, video editing software, and for this purpose I'm using DaVinci Resolve, which is my #1 go-to color correction and just video editing in general software. So anyway, so I imported all my video clips into the master, and then in the bin one, I have the one song that I'm going to be using. And sorry about that. And this is what it sounds like. This is just for an example, of course. I would probably use something different, but this is just something to go and flow with. So there's that. All right, so what I do is I import the clips that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them into my editor down here. Real quick. There are shortcuts to do this, but I don't want to have to go through all of that with you guys. And let's see what else we got. Got this one and this one. Now, all these files are linked with audio clips below and then the video file above. I don't need the audio for these because there's going to be there's going to be music over it. So if you right click, you're going to see that they're linked and you can unlink them together. And then now when you click on just the audio, it's just going to be the audio, won't be both of them. So to be able to do this real quick, I select everything and then right click. It's going to ask you to link them all together, and then you can unlink them all together, and then all of a sudden now all of them are separate. So select all the audio files and press delete button. Nope, I'm sorry, that's wrong. It's the backspace button. DaVinci is weird sometimes. Boom, backspace, and there you go. Then I'm going to go ahead into my music, and I'm going to bring that in. I'm going to bring my audio to video 2 because you want it above what I'm going to do next. Just don't ask me why, you'll see. I'm going to go effects, and I'm going to bring in the text overlay. And the text overlay, we're going to zoom in to get that to display. You want to extend it out, zoom out, and bring it a pretty good distance out. And now there's, okay, so what we're going to do here is we're basically going to trim up, cut up this overlay, text overlay, and we're going to cut it up to go along with the music beats. So to do this, there's a special button you can use called Control B, which basically is the cut. You can do cut with, you know, this or that, or but an easy option would be just to press Control B. So as I go along with the beat, you listen to the song and you figure out where is the beat. Okay, all right. All right. So now we go back. We're gonna hide the video because we don't need that right now, and we're just gonna trim this up along with the beat. So I press play. I have my button on control, and hold control, and then every time I hear the beat, I press the B button, Control B. So I'm holding down on control, and I'm gonna press space, which is the start for the timeline. B, B, B.
Lightning strikes by my window. It's my chest right in the morning, like a warning.
And there, that's just for an example. All right, so we have all that. We can just delete this real quick. And now we're gonna zoom in, and all these audio files or video files, we're going to just trim them and meet them up with each one of these little blocks. I'm just gonna do that to all of them. And you can fine tune these by, you know, maybe starting the video wherever you wanted to start and then bringing it over and closing it up. That's usually what I do, but this is just a quick, just to show you how I get along with the beat, and I know that's what you guys are really interested in anyways. So, boom. That's what I love about DaVinci Resolve. Everything just locks in place. go. And we're just gonna close this up because we need that whole file. Okay. And we can just close this, close that. There you go. All right. Now we're gonna view this again. I'm just gonna go ahead and pre-render these, so the playback will be better. And I'm also going to change the clip speed because I recorded in 60 frames per second. I'm gonna bring it down to 30 frames per second to slow it down. So I'm gonna go 50% of that. And there you go. Change. Okay, so now when I play it back, it's gonna go along with the beat. So let me press the play button.
Lightning strikes by my window, hits my chest right in the morning, like a warning.
Okay, so there's that. Now we're gonna go, so that's how you sync it all up. And now that we've done this, and once it's all done, you don't need these text blocks anymore. You can just delete that and bring all the video files back to one. And there's that. And that's how I cut it up to sync with the music, just so you know. And now we can go into color correction. So you're gonna go to color correction tab, the first video file. You have all the files here. And you're gonna start with the first one. You right click it, show scopes. They're gonna have different scopes, and usually they have about 2 for you set up. Maybe it's like this, but I usually just need the 1. So I'm gonna go back to the single, and I just use the waveform. Okay, the waveform's cool because what it shows you a spectrum of the colors from the darkest to the highest, and then in the middle. All right, so you're gonna have the darks and the light colors up here. And when you go into the color wheels, we have lift, gamma, gain. So lift is down here. Gamma is in the middle, and then gain is up at the top. So when you move these wheels, you're going to move the spectrums ups and downs. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that the bottom of this waveform is the closest to the bottom as possible. So just touching here, and then that's that. Okay, and then I usually bring this up depending on what your picture is. You know, if you bring it down, it's going to darken the footage. If you bring it up, it's going to color it up or lighten it up. So if you want to have it a lot brighter, bring it like that. And then you can also do the highlights. So you can kind of mess around with this to see where you want to be. If you move the highlights up, the black darks are going to come up, so you have to bring that back down. But before that, I should have probably mentioned that you need to do the saturation, which is down here. Saturation. And I bring that up usually to 70 or 85. Because I record in flat, it gives you more just gives you more colors when you mess with the color wheel, and you can't do that in GoPro Color, which is what your GoPro is set with. So recording in flat and then bringing it into the editor really gives you more dynamics, and it just makes it for a much better footage at the video at the end. So there's that. And then I bring up the contrast a little bit. I usually go like 50 or 80, 1.5 or 1.08. And then, yeah, that's that. There are other things you can do too, but that's basically the gist of it. The things you should remember is you really just want to have the tops of this touching up here and the bottoms touching there, and the highlights should be somewhere in the middle. But because I know how to use it pretty good, I think that it should be a little brighter. So I'm just gonna bring it up. And then there's that. Oh, there's also bringing this radius is sharpen. So when you have it at 5.5, it's just regular, but if you bring it down to 0.45 or 0.343, then it's going to sharpen up the image. In this video, we don't really need that, but I'm going to do 0.47 just for fun. Okay, so now you have this clip color corrected, and you can tell because this first clip has this color spectrum around it. So now you want to do all the rest of the clips, and let's say the rest of these clips are all from the same first clip, but all cut up. And now you have to go through them all to individually color correct them. But to not have to do that, all you have to do is select the first clip and then hold down Control and click each one of these, and that's going to select them all. Okay? And then you're just going to go to the first clip, which should be highlighted, and you right click and you go to Apply Grade, and boom, now all the clips have the color correction. and then you can go back to your editor, and then you can see that it did so. Okay, and now the color edit is corrected, and I can play it back, and you can see that it's done.
Lightning strikes by my window, hits my chest right in the morning.
And that's it. Thanks, guys, for watching. Hopefully this helped you out, whoever it helped out. I forgot who it was that asked me. I think it was Bikes, Greenways, and Trails. So, and some other one of my friends. So there you go. I hope that helped. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. And boom.